Hey, it's Gabrielle. I'm taking a little break from the fixer-upper projects to get this room together. While I clear my space, I'm also clearing my mind. I'm currently on a healing journey, and it's been teaching me so much. Softening me, stretching me, and completely shifting how I see myself and the world. These are 10 lessons that I've learned so far. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is that healing can hurt. I won't claim that it always goes this way, but if you've ever had a traumatic medical event and had to go to the hospital for emergency care, you know it hurts immediately. The cutting, the cleaning, the poking and prodding. Before your wounds can heal, they must be free of debris or any other threat to your health and even your life. So many things have been cut away. Habits, mindsets, ways of being, even people. And sometimes it hurts to live in that separation while everyone forms their opinions. Life overflows with FOMO. You go back and forth with yourself, feeling crazy, then completely sane again. It hurts, but it's allowing the quiet and clarity needed to heal. We all want to cling to something, but when there's no unhealthy coping mechanism to cling to, there's only God, the Holy Physician. It hurts, but it gets better with time. When you're ready to surrender to the best version of yourself and start walking in that likeness, there will be times of mourning. To be made new, the old version of yourself has to die. A lot of things you did, said, and believed, you'll never do, say, or believe again. They fade away into a distant memory. Nostalgia might even begin to form. You remember your old self and romanticize the times you experienced, even if they sometimes felt like hell on earth. You and the old you shared that walk through hell, and they kept you alive. They know all of the nuance you carry, and they kept all of your secrets. They empathized with you and literally held your hand through all your mishaps, triumphs, and dirty deeds. They were the closest one to you, even in the darkest times when you only had hope. They giggled with you during moments of joy, every first you experienced until their departure was shared. Now they're gone, only living in your faded memories. At any point in life, starting over can make you feel like a failure, especially when you're in your 30s like me, in this phase of life that's supposed to be your prime. When I was young, I believed I'd be this wealthy, successful boss babe by 30. I didn't realize that people are still growing at this age. I didn't understand that success takes more than talent and hard work. These are realizations that I'm just arriving at. These and other bits of wisdom have now been gathered to create the foundation I'm building upon. I know everyone's journeys are different, but this is where the average American finds themselves, having worked tirelessly towards something, only to get there and see it isn't what they thought it would be. I had to start over, and God is making sure that I start with newfound wisdom, His revelation, and a clean slate. Those who get it understand. Starting over is proof that you have not given up. It's proof of perseverance. Failure is giving up. Yes, I changed. Yes, I switched up. No, I'm not the same person I was. And no, I'm not staying there to make you comfortable. That's not loyalty. It's self-abandonment. It's completely okay to outgrow what once made you happy. It's not rude, it's responsible. Hanging on to things that no longer serve you can be toxic. That toxicity slowly seeps into your life until eventually it builds into something so draining and disorienting that it can throw you off course. Yeah, you don't feel at home within yourself when you're still frequenting places that don't bring purpose or fulfillment and entertaining people who aren't pouring anything good into you. Yeah, You're going to feel like a stranger in your own skin when you haven't taken the time to pivot and figure out what works for you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but living in a loop that doesn't bring you life, inspiration, or motivation toward who you aspire to be makes you an NPC. Sorry, babe. I couldn't stay in the place where my spirit no longer fits. I've got life to give. I truly believe that God gives us the desires of our hearts when we seek Him. So those big dreams I have, the visions He's shown me, the impossible things I want to see in this life are absolutely possible. Not just because I believe, but because I'm not going alone. I don't need a single soul on this earth to understand. I just have to lock in and maintain a hopeful heart. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I'm the only one responsible for my level of faith. Because how could anyone believe in this future version of me that they haven't seen? I mean, come on, with AI, people barely believe what they do see. But that's a conversation for another day. If you've been given a vision, press toward it. Be unwavering in your faith. It's not for them to get it, it's for you. Stay locked in. The life you're building in private will speak for itself one day. Home isn't a place. It's how you treat yourself when no one's watching. I'm a full believer in romanticizing life because of this. I'm a candles in the tub, beautifully plated home-cooked meals, curling up with a warm drink by a cozy virtual fire kind of girl. If I had only a corner to myself, it'd be the cutest, coziest corner of the house. Life is rough enough as it is when its constant curveballs are always coming your way. Someone has to be your sacred space. Someone who'll be with you wherever you go, who treats your inner child like royalty, who's gentle with you at all times, and who cultivates an uplifting, restorative environment simply as an homage to you. And that someone is you. I almost spazzed out the other day. In fact, all week I kept thinking, I should pick up my phone and really give them a piece of my mind. Something I've been consciously refraining from doing. So you know the vocabulary and colorful language has been building. This is just one example of how my healing journey has not been a straight line. I'll feel progress in an area only to be triggered and want to leap back into old habits and behaviors. I've been tempted. Healing takes time. So much grace is needed, not just from God, but from yourself. Be patient when you trip. Give yourself room to feel and vent so that you don't crash out. Let things breathe so you don't act in a way that no longer represents you. One thing I've noticed is that every time I fall, I get back up with new knowledge, stronger, more resilient, and with more courage to face the next hiccup that I might encounter. Healing is a beautiful cycle of grace and growth. The right people bring calm, not confusion. You shouldn't have to second guess yourself in the right room. We should strive to show one another true love and support, the kind of support that keeps you out of jail and off the wrong side of the group chat. A love full of grace and encouragement, the kind that fuels creativity or calm, whichever is needed in that moment. A safe space doesn't cause you to question your worth. It isn't scary, backbiting, full of gossip, secret hate, jealousy, or agendas. A safe space feels like home in some aspects. Familiar and cozy, a place where you can be vulnerable, let your hair down, exhale, and just be. It means no fear of being misunderstood. Finding your tribe feels like walking through the front door after being gone for way too long. You'll learn which walls to tear down, which ones to rebuild, and which corners to fill with the light. As a man thinketh, so is he. Our thoughts aren't just invisible notions that can't touch our lives. Everything starts with a thought. Everything physical comes from one. Whatever harmful thoughts I've had did hurt me, and the helpful ones did help. People talk about manifestation all the time and associate it with tips and tricks meant to produce some magical result. But what I've learned at this stage in my life is that we're constantly manifesting. It never stops. We reap the seeds we sow in thought and deed. So, out with the programming. Out with the negative and discouraging things spoken over my life. All of those things have to vacate my mind. I've heard the worst, but I don't see myself as such. I think that I am beautiful, courageous, patient, kind, ambitious, strong, funny, and intelligent. The more I think and say these things, the more I see. You know when you go through the pitfalls of life and it leaves a thick residue? You just want to get clean. You want to feel better, cry less, smile more. You want to fill the void left by all that was lost in the mess. My healing journey began with a cry for help and surrender to the highest power. Jesus, help me. That's all I can manage to say. And he came through. He hasn't left. Something he's made clear during this time is that yes, I'm healing for me, but I'm also healing for you. I'm being made whole so that my cup overflows, pouring into others who are empty or running low. It's a beautiful thing to be made new. It feels like the best BOGO deal in the world. I get something, but you do too. Stepping into this version of myself means that I can be of service to you. I can benefit the ecosystem that is humanity. It's bigger than my story. Instead of just getting one free, there's freedom for many in exchange for the one. Thank you, Jesus. If you thought about going on your own healing journey, don't be too afraid to start. It's messy and it's humbling, but it's worth it. I'm still learning, still growing, and still choosing peace over and over again. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. See you soon.